Hello, we are the India group. This is our Project 2 presentation. The group consists of Brandon Barnes, Tara Sparks, Garrett Anderson, Eric Wozniak, and I am Rick Grillo. And our company is the RISUG Corporation. Now, what RISUG is a reversible inhibition of sperm under guidance. It is a simple, safe alternative to typical methods of birth control. And it is currently in phase 3 of clinical trials and could become approved in as little as 2 years. And we'll talk about the opportunity that the company will have and some of the competition that it will face as well. So India, the population is growing at a 2% rate and has already increased over 1.2 billion. At this rate, India will become the most populated country in the world, growing 4 times faster than China. And the population is burdening the country's economic and infrastructure systems. India needs an innovative and effective birth control, and we believe RISUG is that innovative and effective birth control. And the value is that it is reasonable cost and it is a safe procedure. It's very similar to a vasectomy, but it is reversible. We'll talk about what exactly it is in a little bit. But it is a rare product because it is patent, and because it is very difficult to imitate because you must have the rights to sell RISUG. And the company will focus on producing the product efficiently and at a low cost. And recently, the licensing contract was sold to a company in US to also begin the FDA trials there. So it could very well become an international procedure. And any company that sells worldwide pharmaceuticals could potentially become competition. One that stands out is SMB. They already have established manufacturing facilities, a workforce, knowledge in the market, and distribution infrastructure. Although we feel that we can compete against these advantages by working closely with the doctors that have created the drug, namely Dr. Gua, and understand his vision, and we can closely replicate that vision where other companies cannot. Now, the product is not yet marketed, so when it will be open, it will be a brand new market, and there is already demand. There is already a waiting list for those who are interested in the procedure. And so far, the results from the testing have been very promising. They have shown the drug to be safe, affordable, and has tested to be 100% effective. Restrictions on the company is that they are still looking for participants for clinical trials. When our company gets up and running, we'll need a facility to manufacture, distribute, and also funding and financing. Our proposed methods of entry, first one that is possible is a turnkey method. The item is easy to make and sold as is, so it would be possible. It would also be very profitable. It would increase the market saturation, and it would assume little risk, which would be a big factor when dealing with a brand new market. The next possible method of entry would be the joint venture. It would give the ability to distribute the product in India and have a company that would already be integrated in the infrastructure, but it would be of higher risk. The third possible method of entry would be the wholly owned subsidiary. It would be the most financially beneficial long term, but it would also require the most capital and also be the most risky. And if you were to do the greenfield approach, you would have to find a land, facility, labor force, hire people, and train them. The one that looks most promising to us would be the turnkey. Like I said, it's low risk, low amount of capital, and it would also be able to test the market, see if it's profitable. We would eventually transition to a wholly owned subsidiary if we were able to raise 50% of the capital internally for sourcing our product. RISUG is a chemical that combines powdered sterylene maleic iodine SMA and combines it with dimethyl sulfoxide DMSO. When these chemicals are combined, they are injected to give or produce the birth control. DMSO is manufactured in Cuddalore, India, but SMA would require import. There is no manufacturing plant in India. And because India has a bilateral free trade agreement with Japan, the most sensible supplier would be in Japan. And the one that we thought would best fit our needs would be DKSH Global. They're a large company and they have 10 billion yearly operating income. They supply a large amount, they're very dependable, and they are consistent. For what our target market is, it would be those who are looking for long-term contraception that would be a healthy alternative to other forms of birth control. Now, the nice things about RISUG would be that it does not interfere with hormones or libido. It is safe, affordable, and 100% effective. So those that are looking for a brand new type of birth control, we would target. Now the surgery only takes 15 minutes, which would mean that you could have a high patient turnover rate. And this product would only require the chemicals as well as the basic packaging. It could be sold in thousands of clinics and hospitals. And the brand logo, we were thinking of the Hindu god Kokapaleli, who is in charge of joy, happiness, and family planning. Our company's distribution. India has a impaired transportation infrastructure, so the distribution center will be set up in the 4 major cities, and the centers will distribute the product as well as provide training for those that will be administering the procedure and will manage the sales representatives. A possible distributor that we were thinking about is Women's Care Global, that would have experience in distributing contraceptives in developing countries. Our promotion strategy. RISUG is already a unique product in itself, and when it will be launched, there is going to be no other product like it on the market and will automatically become a unique selling proposition. Obviously, there's other types of birth control, but this would be a brand new method. And because it is brand new, we would take an informative approach to educate people on what it is, and our key message would be RISUG is a male contraceptive that is an effective, safe, and reversible method of birth control. And our company would take a 2-pronged approach where we would target physicians, hospitals, clinics, and government officials for grants. And we would do so through sales representatives that could explain to hospitals and clinics what the procedure is and how it is administered. As for the customers, we believe in utilizing a keyword search campaign online, as well as banner ads and email blasts, where we would send large amounts of emails to people to educate them and instruct them what it is. Here's an example of a possible email blast. It is informative of what the product is and what to do about it, where you can schedule your visits and to call or visit online. Again, because the product is not yet out, there is no competitors on a direct product level, but a vasectomy, which is a similar procedure, is usually within $350 to $1,000. We would assume that once we start distributing this product that we could lower the price and market it as affordable. We would have a simple framework set up for when the company first starts. The board of directors would oversee sales and marketing as well as research and development. The sales and marketing, most of those hired would be local, that would understand the key cultural influences in the regions. And research and development would be filled with professionals that are best in their field, and as well as expatriates and locals as well. Well, this has been our presentation on RISUG. And again, we are the India group, and we hope that you enjoyed our presentation and the information that we have displayed. Thank you.